Hey everyone, welcome to Refined Storage, a Minecraft mod. I'm going to show you how to get it installed. First, head to curseforge.com and find Refined Storage, alright? On the page, go to Files, look for mod loaders, and find Forge. For versions, we'll pick 1.20.1. Click the three dots, hit Get File, and save it in Minecraft's Mods folder, okay? Where's this folder located? Press Windows plus R, type app data, hit OK, go to roaming, then Minecraft, and there it is in the mods folder. And that's it. Super easy to save this mod. No dependencies needed, simple as that. See, key relations doesn't ask for anything, nor does the mod itself. As you can see, it's already in there. So yeah, that's all there is to it. How does the controller work in Refined Storage? Well, first we'll grab the white controller here, which as you can see is powered by energy, right? It's one of the initial items in the mod, and what we need first is a regular controller. This is how you craft it, okay? It's crafted using silicon. Got it? It's made with quartz enriched iron and an advanced processor. Silicon is obtained like this, see? By smelting nether quartz in a furnace. The machine casing is made with stone surrounded by quartz enriched iron. Quartz enriched iron is made with iron ingots and nether quartz. And basically this would be the core, right? From here we can control all connected machines either nearby or through cables, okay? So we have the usage info here, see usage data, what each thing uses, energy amounts and so on, got it? And that's it, it's that simple. How does the grid work? Well, this tool basically allows us to access stored items, okay? We'll take the grid from the Find Storage module and connect it to a creative controller. As you can see, it lights up, and with a right click, we can access all stored items. Obviously, to store items, we need a storage block, right? This one, for example, can store 1,000 items, okay? This way we can access them. If we use a wide grid instead, let's try to place some oak wood. You see, it won't let me place it, but this one will allow it. Why? Because it has the 1 cast storage block. Now it shows 64 out of 100, see? I'm not sure if I can put it here directly. This acts like a filter, okay? It controls which items can enter and exit and so on. So that's how the grid works. How does the storage block work? Basically, there are many types of storage blocks, okay? We have ones for 1K, 4K, 64K items, and that's it. We also have fluid storage, right? It's for storing liquids and is crafted like this. New items here include machine casing and quartz, made this way, and the 1 cast storage part, made with silicon from melted quartz. So we'll keep upgrading the level, alright? Until we have, say, 64K storage space. What's this used for? We connect it to the main unit, the creative controller. Right click shows 0 out of 1K, see? If I start filling this in a grid, okay? You see it shows 64 total and so on. Right clicking now tells me I'm using 256 out of 1K, got it? That's basically what's happening here with the creative controller, wide grids, and cast storage block. If we break the wide grid, items stay inside as they're stored in the cast storage block. If I break the cast storage block now, let me put it back, and yes, it's empty, so be careful what you break. How does the disk drive work? Well, as you know, we have the case storage block, right? But then we also have the disks, okay? A storage block lets us store up to 64,000 items, but we have disks where we can store 64,000 items in one storage disk. What can we use this for? This can be useful for, let's set it up again. Basically, this can be used to transport items, okay? We put in the disk drive, insert the storage disk, right? If we were to set priorities, okay? To prioritize item storage here, let's add a grid. We'll take the white grid, connect it, ensure the controller sees all, and add a clock to the grid, okay? And there you can see it's stored, right? Where is it stored? Well, on the storage disk. Why? It has higher priority. If I lower it now, okay? Now it's in, can't do much more, but if I put it now, it'll store in the storage block, see? Why? Because now it's lower priority, okay? To empty disks and such, use the disk manipulator, alright? Put it here on in. Load it and it'll start emptying items if there's storage, okay? Check if it's all connected. When you add storage, items will fill up here, see? They'll keep filling up. If I want to put items back on disk, we'd reset priority and all, okay? So yeah, that's simple. How does the crafting grid work? This tool is the same as a grid. It lets us access our inventory in the creative controller, plus it has a crafting system, okay? Simply put, it lets us craft. That's about it, really. Alright, how do cables work in Refined Storage? Well, basically we have them right here. I've also put the cover items here. There's only one type, okay? If I search for cover, you'll see it's only in stone brick. I don't know if there are more types, but it doesn't seem so. If we put a cover on a crafting table, it becomes a hollow cover. Cables basically transmit energy from one block to another. Let's take this, put it here, and connect it with cables, okay? As you can see, it connects at a distance. We can cover it. For example, here we have a crafting grid, right? We can easily cover it with covers to protect the cables, or mainly to separate cables, okay? As you can see, they're separated here. If we want to connect them, we use a hollow cover, okay? And there it is. If I don't want it to connect here, we do this, okay? That's basically what this element is for. Be careful, if you break it, everything will break. And that's how cables work, okay? There's only one type of cable, and that's all you need. How does the wrench tool work? Basically, this tool allows us to rotate items. If I have this one here, I can rotate it, see? This can be useful for items like funnels or hoppers. We can turn them sideways easily instead of constantly breaking and replacing them. So it gives us that convenience. It's really that simple. Crafted with quartz enriched iron, 3 iron, 1 quartz, and a basic processor. Burn a raw one, crafted like this. Processor binding is made this way, simple as that. How does the portable grid work? Okay, basically we have this portable grid right here, as you can see. It'd be cool if it had power. Let's grab the creative mode one. We'd basically go to a grid here, alright? This portable grid, well now I can't break it. Great, it'll let me access the grid storage, okay? As you can see, there are 64 slots, right? We connect it here to the machine. Maybe we need to connect it with a cable, let's see. Look, you hold the portable grid, right click to open or view a disk. You can see what's inside, remove items, and so on. Got it? That's basically what it's for. I was trying to charge it. Seems you need, because there are no chargers, right? No. Looks like you need other mods for charging, more power stuff. So yeah, just keep that in mind. How does the filter work in refined storage? The filter is basically a whitelist. You right click to set it up. For example, if I take an oak log, I right click and add the oak log to the filter. Now it's set as a whitelist, okay? We can make it a blacklist to block oak logs or whitelist to allow them. We can also make it a mod filter, allowing all Minecraft items through. If we added another mod, it would work for that too. So yeah, let's take the oak log, alright? We'll use this filter, which is already set up, and let's take this machine, for example. Let's use the grid. We'll tell it to accept oak logs, okay? Now, if I take a disk with oak logs, it would accept it. This works through an exporter or similar methods. So that's what filters are used for. How does external storage work? Well, external storage is a refined storage tool that's crafted like this. It basically allows us to connect things like barrels. I mean, an external barrel, you know, and connect it to the main system. This way we can use the barrel for storage. As you see, it doesn't connect like that, but the other way around. Now it's linked to the system, and the barrel can be used for storage instead of a regular storage block if we want. This is useful if other mods give us more storage options or similar things. What's the importer for? Well, the importer is used to move items from one place to another. Right-clicking lets us set filters for specific items to transfer, like from a barrel, got it? What's the exporter for? The exporter allows us to export items, okay? It'll take items from the central unit, right? And move them to the barrel. Got it? Here you see no items. I don't have any, but that's fine. It's not just for barrels, it can connect anywhere. Important note, right-click the exporter for its filter options. It's like a whitelist for items it can and can't pick up, okay? So that's pretty important too, alright? How does the builder work? The builder is basically a tool that, as its name suggests, is responsible for building, right? To use it, we'll place it like this. Bam, bam, bam. We put this here. And as you can see, it places the block. Why does it place the block? Because there's oak log here. Got it? So every time I break it, it'll keep placing it, okay? As long as it's stored, of course. And that's how a builder works. How does the destroyer work? Well, just like the builder, every time we break a block, it'll place it. The destroyer will break it, okay? So let's place it. Oops, I put it backwards and it destroyed what it shouldn't have. Let's put it like this, destroyer, and it'll break any block you put in front of it, okay? There, as we can see. $1 million question? Does it break bedrock? Well, let's check it out. And no, it doesn't break bedrock. What about obsidian? And obsidian, 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 yes. Well, there we have it, okay? And now this way we can be, as you can see, it's not storing it, huh? Important. It's not storing the obsidian since I have the filter set to only oak, okay? I have it here, the filter. If I remove it now, it lets me store obsidian and counts it in the filter. 9 out of 10, 1 out of 1. If I put the filter back on, well, there it is, okay? So that's it, it's that simple. How does the detector work? Basically, it reads item count and gives a redstone signal. Got it? For instance, we have 9 items in this central unit, see? Let's place it on top and set the detector to 9 items. We'll set it to -8, might need to put it on top. Detector set to 1. If I add more, there it is. If I add more, see, as the count increases, it just gives a signal. I guess there's a way to, look, it works with item, fluids. We can also set it to activate when it reaches a certain amount, right? Equal to, above, or below a specific quantity, okay? That's what we can do. Or exact mode, off on, alright then. So yeah, it's that simple. How does the interface work in refined storage? Basically, this interface allows us to input and output items, okay? If we right click, well, it's pretty obvious what it does, right? It lets us import and export items, I assume, from disks and such. Let's connect the interface. There, it's connected. See this disk? There it is. The disk's been imported. You saw I placed it and it was imported. It imported it to the storage system. We can also tell it to export an item, okay? For example, we have logs here. We should have some logs. I'll put logs here in export, and I set it to 1, but I'll change it to 64. It'll give me all available. Here, there are 9, so it gives me 9, okay? If there were more, it would give me more. Got it? So it's used for importing and exporting. It's that simple. How does the storage monitor work? This element here basically shows us how many items there are. Basically, we take the storage monitor and connect it to central, okay? The creative stuff, you know? Here, we have an interface removing all items. Let's get rid of it. Let's place this here. Not sure if I need to cable it or why it's not signaling. Alright, crouch, right click, select the item to display. Got it? And there. Ah, okay, I see. It's now showing what's in storage, see? I crouch, right click, choose oak, and it says 10 oak here. Got it? See, we open it and it shows 10 oak. That's basically what the storage monitor does. How does the wireless transmitter work? Basically, the wireless transmitter allows us to connect our control panel from point A to B and access it through a creative wireless grid. For example, this one has 64 items, right? And it has a range of up to 16 blocks. So I right click and I can open it, see, from here. If I move too far, it says I'm out of range. Got it? So yeah, it's that simple. How to increase the wireless transmitter's range? Well, we simply right click and add range upgrades. Each upgrade adds 8 blocks, as you can see. We can reach up to 48 blocks total. Now with the creative wireless grid, right click and I can move much further away than before. See? Look, it's quite far, isn't it? We've got distance now. We have all this distance from here. What's this useful for? Well, to avoid manually going to that point over there, which honestly could be a bit further. 48 blocks might be a tad short. I get it's 3 chunks, but more would be nice. Lag issues, I suppose. I can understand that. So yeah, it's that simple. Alright, how do the network receiver and transmitter work? Well, this is basically a way to... Here we have a blue crafting grid, okay? Let's take the network receiver or transmitter. I can't remember now. Okay, we're basically going to place the other part, alright? Look, it's this one here, the transmitter. Okay, so let's take the network transmitter. Alright, here, for example, as you can see in this crafting grid, there are 64. Everything is connected to a creative controller, okay? Now we go here and put a receiver, alright? Important, we take the network card, okay? We place the network card. Let's take this one that isn't linked. We crouch, we link it, okay, to the new item. As you can see, it saves the dimensions so we can use it between dimensions. We put it in the loaded one and basically it lights up there. See? You see if I remove it, it turns off. Now that... There it is. Look, now you're going to see it. It lights up. There it is. It's on. Can you see it's lit? It turns off. It turns on. Okay? And now it's on. And we can access that central, alright? Or that storage from a distance, okay? So it's also a way to connect between dimensions, literally, or between storages. As they say, crafting is no joke, right? I mean, crafting is pretty crazy, so... Yeah, there we have it. That's how it works. How does the pattern grid work? Okay, the pattern grid is useful for the Autocrafter. The Autocrafter is a tool that allows us to craft items, but to craft, you need to know what you're making. Let's grab some wood, go to a pattern grid, place it, and get our pattern, okay? We'll put the pattern here and decide what to craft, alright? The crafting recipe we want to use is this one here, got it? To make oak planks. See, it's saved here, oak planks. So this is how we can create grid patterns, okay? Then we can use the crafter to actually craft items. How does the crafter work, okay? Let's grab the crafter. We'll connect it here to a central unit. Right click to set the pattern, okay? How do you make a pattern? I've shown it before, but I'll explain again. We take a pattern grid, alright? Right click, place the pattern, choose crafting. In my case, this one, for example. Now, when you set the pattern, okay, from the grid, I can craft 64 wood pieces, okay? It says 64 available, 16 to start crafting, using storage resources to craft plank. With planks, I could craft, say, crafting tables. But why can't I? Because I haven't made the pattern. Create the pattern first for auto crafting. It's that simple. How does the stack upgrade work? Basically, it lets exporters move more stacks at once. Got it? It's that simple. Not sure if it works for crafters too. Let's see. No. Okay, it just helps move items faster, that's all. Move stack to stack, not item by item. Simple as that. How does the speed upgrade work? Basically, this tool lets us increase the speed of our crafting table, or rather, our crafter, to work faster. Got it? We take our crafter, add the speed upgrade, and it'll craft faster. Okay? It doesn't say the exact speed increase, but it'll craft much quicker. It works on other mod tools too, making them faster and such. What's the regulator upgrade for? Basically, it lets us set limits on exporters. What do we mean by that? Well, it's to limit the number of items an exporter can export, okay? It might sound odd, but that's what regulator upgrade does. Simple as that. How does the white disk manipulator work? Basically, it's going to give us all the items inside a disk, right? It'll put them in a storage, okay? Basically, if we were working with anything now, a disk with items, which I don't have. Let's set it up. To put items on a disk, we'll need a disk drive, okay? We put a disk here, set priority high, set to, add grids, put the OA clock, okay? All this connected with creative controller and such. Now my disk should be loaded, but it's in storage block due to priority 75. Let's see, if I set a lower priority, no, I don't get it. I've set the priority correctly. Let's try again. Because I have this in blacklist mode, okay? Basically, blacklist mode doesn't let the OA clock through, okay? Now it's in whitelist mode, so it'll let things through, right? That's it. And indeed, okay? I had this in whitelist mode. Now we have these 1000 OA items, alright? Right click, put them in and out, and watch how quickly it processes them. If we use a speed upgrade, it should work here, right? And a stack upgrade to speed things up even more definitely work. Now the disk's empty and everything's loaded here, see? It's that simple. So yeah, that's how easily we can use this tool without any issues. Hope you enjoyed this refined storage guide, okay? It was a quick guide, and for a storage mod, I think I explained it simply. It's less complex than other mods we've covered, like AE2, right? Applied Energistics 2 is worth checking out if you like these mods. It's more technical, but lets you do a lot more, okay? So yeah, give it a look.